Hello folks. Well, I've done it again. I've fixed up another Sekonda. There it goes. Diver's watch. Holding good time. It's got brand new movement in. The only problem is I cannot do second hands. I'm having real problems. I got it on there the first time, but it wasn't in there properly, and it came off and it just pinged off and it bent, so it started to impede the thing. So I'm gonna have to learn how to roll out second hands. But I've never really worried about having a second hand and a watch. This is not going to be sold on to anybody. So, but I mean, look at that. I mean, it's cleaned up. It was absolutely filthy when I first got it, non-working. The movement was just absolutely stuffed. But I dunked it in a big bowl of IPA, like isopropyl alcohol, and I gave it a thorough clean inside and out. It's got good loom, I mean, it is a proper dive sword. The only thing it's missing is the little second hand, which at the end of the day, what I've done as well is I've polished. Look at that. Now that looks like brand new. I've put the back on its strap as well, because I didn't like the Soviet strap and I didn't like the expanded strap. But look, that's cerulam oxide, and I just used a very gentle motion with my rotary Parkside tool, and I mean, that is beautiful. It's absolutely, look, all the scratches apart from a couple of very deep ones, all gone, and you can actually see. Now, what is the downside in this one, being it about 40 plus year of watch, is the loom itself is absolutely worn out, So, we shall have to wait and see, but I mean, I've given that a bit of a clean and a polish, IPA, there's a little dent there on the bracelet, but I fixed it so it doesn't undo itself anymore. It's holding good time, for some reason day 4 yesterday it stopped during the night. I have no idea why. It lost about an hour, but I mean, it's lovely, and it's getting used to winding up watches as well. So I thought I'd update and see what's going on. I've got a big stack of them now. Oh yeah, this came yesterday. Look at that. Gold plate is Sekonda, I mean, it's a good old beta watch. That bracelet is a bit knackered. It needs replating in places, as you can see. But I mean, it's a good, honest Sekonda. That's why I like Sekondas, because they're good, honest watches. They do what they're supposed to do, right? And this turned up as well. This is one of those cheap, nasty Chinese ones, but this thing is heavy as anything, Okay, the dials don't work, which is, that irritates me. Putting a sub-dial on it is not really the worst thing in the world. I mean, but the bracelet it's solid, and I mean, it's really comfortable. It feels, it's a proper man's watch, and I mean, that's like matte black inserts, it's quite nice. It's PVD, I like the fact it's got a magnifying lens on it, it's got good loom, and I mean, if it comes to it, I could always change the dial around, if I don't really like it. But then again, I'd end up losing the second hand, because that is my thing, I am really having trouble with second hands, I mean, I had the microscope on it, I had the magnifying glass on it, I had everything on it, and bosh, it was it just would not go into the hole properly, or if it did, it wouldn't seat properly, and I mean, I've never worried about a second hand, but some other people might. But the thing is, I mean, I'm not in a position now, I need to synchronise watches or anything, I mean, so it doesn't really matter, and I've got the date thing working on this. I had the Sekonda set up, the new one, so that it turns on the date, so at midnight it flips its date over. I mean, I'm quite pleased. I'm certainly coming along with the watches, but I mean, it's very, very difficult with very shaky hands and wonky eyesight, and everything else, but it's a challenge, and that's why I do it, and I'm enjoying it because I like small shiny things, and that's really what this is all about. It's because it's the shiny in it, so so that's all there, you know. Everything else seems to be okay, like, you know. I mean, I'm still struggling with pain and crap like that, being messed around by doctors and that. But I've got my appointment through for my stents, so, like, you know, we shall see if that fixes everything like they reckon it will. Anyway, enjoy the watch of the watches, and I'll catch you later. Bye.